Good morning, everyone. I have just got back in from walking my dog in the beautiful crisp air this morning, and I want to get on here to encourage you guys. My name is Candace Hudson. I am your academic success coach and college planning consultant, which means on this page and in this area and arena, we talk about all things academic and also college planning. And within that is college funding. So today is January 29th, 2025. Yesterday, on January 28th, 2025, the Trump administration released a memo saying that they were going to enforce a temporary pause on federal funding of grants and loans. And it caused great hysteria. And I didn't make a post yesterday because I didn't need to. Not opposed to anybody else make a post because we all have our ways of being informed. But for me, the headline did what it was supposed to do, and also responding to the fear and hysteria that the headline caused can be difficult without proper information. So the minute I saw the headline, although I saw the headline on my own, I started receiving phone calls and text messages. I decided to go read the memo first. And reading the memo, one of the things that popped out to me on the second page, and I have it up here, I'm just going to read it to you guys. It said, in the interim, like after they were talking about whatever nonsense they were talking about, in the interim, to the extent permissible under applicable law, federal agency must temporarily pause all activities related to the obligation or disbursement of all federal financial assistance, yada, yada, yada. And it goes into what it could include, but not limited to, but not all the things, because it's also pretty vague. But because they had to throw in that legal term in the interim, to the extent permissible under applicable law. So what law would this actually affect? One of them is the Impoundment Control Act of 1974, where Congress has to consider and review, right? This procedure means which the Congress considers and reviews executive branch withholdings of budget authority. It requires the president to report promptly to the Congress all withholdings of budget authority and to abide by the outcome of the congressional impoundment review process. So from that, I began to calm down. It is not saying that the president can't enforce something later on. They can't say there won't be another memo in 2 days. What it says to me is that I there's nothing I could do right now in this moment anyway, because it's January 28th, right? When was the memo was dated January 27th, and they had till 5 o'clock that they wanted to put that pause. There's nothing I could do right now. The schools, and we're going to stay in the context of college and higher education, because this also affects college. Also, you guys got to understand the definition of college is not just a 2 or 4 year university. It's trade schools, professional programs, 2-year, 4-year institutions. It's higher education. That's actually the definition of college, because people come to me and ask me, do I work with trade school students? Of course I do. That also falls under college, okay? Just to be clear. Those institutions found out the same way we found out. So I could bombard them with questions that they don't have answers to. And that wouldn't have been productive. So for a student that texted me, I called her back so she could hear my voice, and I could assure her, hey, we don't know what this is going to mean, but I want you to just go look at your aid and see if it's been posted for today, because everybody's aid hasn't been posted yet, because it's the beginning of a spring semester. And if anybody who's worked in financial aid, you'll know that your aid gets posted and unposted at times as they make updates. So your aid could have been posted on one day and been pending, and then unposted another day, and then there's a final posting of it. So that's why some of you did not see yourself posted, if it was even saying, oh, I'm supposed to have this aid. It's actually just a rhythm of things that happen as they receive data information from the Department of Ed. Okay, just to put that out there. That happens. You're going to say that doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter. You don't work there, right? I used to work in financial aid. If you call them and say, and they could explain it to you, but they know in the end, your aid is going to get posted correctly, because that's what happens in a normal cycle. But you will see aid get posted, unposted. They receive new data from Department of Ed. it gets changed, so they have to unpost it and repost it again. It happens. So there were students that I said, hey, go check your account. Some of them, their aid was posted for who are receiving federal funding. Some of their aid was posted for spring and some wasn't. Okay, I just want to see. Oh, and I went and checked my son's aid. This is not going to be the last memo we see. It's not going to be the last one. We know the agenda. And when the agenda was presented, you have not seen me post on certain things is because I took my time and resources and my energy and my emotion to research the pattern of things of this nature, because this is not the first time this has happened. Now, it feels more serious because I'm now an adult in this season. Being an adult now in this season where I now look at politics and certain things differently is going to affect me differently. Because someone even said that to me, like, oh, I made a comment like, oh, trying to calm people, encourage them. And when you're in hysteria, some people just want to be in hysteria. And people also, if you hate a person so much, you allow your hate to dictate all your moves in words and conversations. And, it doesn't matter who's the president. I'm never going to hate somebody so much that I need to spend all my energy hating them. Like, I need to think. We need strategy right now. And somebody's like, oh, that's all good, all you're saying, but, this is serious. This is this. I get it. I'm not saying it's not. I have a child in school. Okay? I have several students I have and families I have responsibility to. I understand. But this is not the first thing you're going to see. So in taking the time to research patterns of Republican presidents, what they try to do with the, Department of Education and, since, for 45 years, it's like, how can we take them out, and how does society respond? What can we do now? What resources do we have now? How can we navigate what may or may not happen? This is where we need to be, so that every time there's a headline, you don't need to react. You take the time and get your wisdom so you can respond.